This silly thing that I've been standing on for a little bit now. This is called a shake plate. You've probably seen it all over social media right now. It is all the rage, but does it actually do the things that everyone claims that it does? I'm like getting dizzy up here. Our 9 News health expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, joins us now. This is just one of the trends that we're talking about this morning.
Yes.
What do people say that this actually does?
Okay, so a shake plate is supposed to send basically involuntary muscle contractions up your leg. So the vibration triggers a stretch reflex in your muscles, Corey, and that makes your muscles in your legs contract.
Okay.
So the idea here is you're supposed to build balance, because obviously you're balancing on this thing.
I could see that.
You're supposed to build muscle strength, because the more they contract, apparently the stronger they get. And when they pull on those bones, they're supposed to build bone density as well. There's also some studies that say potentially it can burn more calories than just standing still.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. What about like the lymphatic drainage, they say? Does it do that? Does it do any of these things?
Okay, so the data is really, really mixed here. So essentially, it's basically very modest benefits. So if you just stand on it the way that you're doing, it's going to do nothing at all.
Great. Well,
But yes, but
if
if you combine exercises with it, exactly like Brianna said, if you squat, or if you're doing some bicep curls, or you can even do a plank with your upper body on it, then there's some data that it actually can be essentially an exercise booster.
Look at this, look at this. One last question for you.
Yeah.
Not asking for myself. Someone said, can you use this if you're pregnant?
I would not.
Okay.
Yes, because you don't know how that's going to affect the placenta. You don't know how it's obviously, if you have a fall off of it, that could be pretty scary as well. So unless your OB has directed you to do it, I would not use it as a pregnant person.
Okay, I'm going to try to turn this. Wow, it feels weird. Do a plank on it. No, we're done with this thing. What's crazy though is I have seen a lot of people on Instagram and TikTok using this while wearing those silly red light masks as well. They look special doing it, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So talk about those red light masks, what they claim to do they actually work?
So red light therapy, I thought initially, it helps dilate your blood vessels because there's a little bit of warmth to it, but that's actually not how it works. It's called photobiomodulation. So what it does is it goes into your cells, it penetrates into your cells and the cells of the skin or the hair, wherever you're using it, and essentially accelerates the repair process in the cells. So it stimulates the mitochondria to repair the cells. So the data here shows probably pretty modest benefits, but not bad in skin rejuvenation, as well as in hair growth, as well as in wound healing. But it's really not strong data at all when it comes to pain or inflammation. So some people suggest it for chronic low back pain. My mom even tried it. Doesn't really work that well. Generally, it's pretty safe, but one of the things that makes it really hard to study is that everybody uses a different frequency of red light, a different duration. So I think it's probably safe in the short term, with the caveat that you have to be really careful about your eyes. There are some therapies for myopia that also include red light, but certainly don't do that without supervision of an ophthalmologist.
So for maybe skin and hair, it does have benefits.
Potentially. But again, you want to talk to a dermatologist and not use it too long term, because sometimes if you kick your cells too hard to repair, they can start to misbehave in their repair as well. So think about it as you want to stimulate them just enough, but not too much. So just like with the shake plate we talked about, it can be a boost, but you don't expect to see all the wrinkles reverse themselves or, the skin suddenly tighten. Essentially, you see slowing of the aging process when you use it long term.
If I was standing on this thing with one of those masks on, my husband walked in, I would never hear the end of it, let me tell you. We have a little bit left. I do want to get to PRP. What is it and does it work?
Platelet-rich plasma. So they take your blood, they spin it in a centrifuge, they concentrate the platelets, and that's where all the growth factors are. And then they give it back to you. And so one of the most common uses is arthritis in the knee or the elbow, and it works really well for mild arthritis. Once it starts becoming severe, those growth factors don't do much to repair that cartilage, but for mild arthritis it can work. It can also work for skin rejuvenation as well, so sometimes people use it for skin benefits. But you can imagine getting needles in, getting the blood out, unless it's done completely cleanly, sterilely, it can expose you to certain risks.
And vampire facials, I've heard all about these.
This is kind of scary, but they take your blood, your platelet-rich plasma, and then they do little microneedling, poke tiny holes in your skin and inject that PRP into those needles to help it, into those holes to help it absorb better. Now, the upside is that it's probably more beneficial than just smearing the PRP on your face, but the downside is microneedling induces injury. And by injury, you're trying to accelerate the repair process. And for some people, that injury leads to inflammation, chronic problems like rosacea or scarring or what have you. So I'm not a huge fan of the vampire facials.
Well, it's a good thing we have you because all of this stuff was everywhere and people just swear by it. I'm like, I don't know.
What I would say for most of it,
Influencers.
save your money.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you really, really have a lot of extra money to spend, you could try this with exercise.
Yeah.
But these are all sort of boosts to what you're doing. They're not replacements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Coley, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll be right back.